I believe one of the best ways to scale a fitness business is to build a team around you. However, there may be periods in your life where maybe that's a little bit too big of an ask. You're not quite in the mental position to do so, or you aren't just really ready for the pressure of bringing on full-time staff and being responsible for their pay packets, and that's fine. What I wanted to walk you through today is an alternative route to scaling your fitness business without taking on coaches and scaling a one-to-one program. Now, I will say that I think this limits the ultimate ceiling that you can get to, but actually not everybody wants to hit that ceiling. And when I grew my fitness business at first, I got to a point very, very quickly where nobody else kind of could give me advice on what to do next because it grew so fast. I'd kind of outgrown all the mentors that were around at the time. So I had to learn from, different things and different people. And I had to do a lot of one-on-one work with people instead of doing business programs in order to really get the support I needed. Before I did that, I worked on a few different things that allowed me to get to around £20,000 a month on my own. And what I wanted to walk you through today is a model that I think is very, very useful for coaches if they're not ready to kind of go for that 7-figure mark and the really, really huge money, and actually just want to kind of push their one-to-one service to that next level and generate a bit more income and have a bit of a, larger service without having to grow and scale a team. So the breakdown of how that looks, first of all, you are going to have to use your one-to-one work first to drive profit into the business in order to set up the second offer, which is what we're going to talk about. Now, I would recommend, however this works, you be around £12,000 to £15,000 a month with one-to-one coaching. All right. So that means at minimum, you're probably going to need about 40 clients at £300, all the way up to 50 clients at £300, which would give you the 15K. Now you can go a little bit lower, but then you need to take on more clients. So just as long as you're in and around that mark between 40, 50 clients, 12 to 15K, however the pricing model works out for that. Once you've got that financial kind of level in the business, I think for most coaches, it's hard to scale over 50 clients. 40, 50 clients seems to be, on average, the max that we work with. There are some coaches that handle more. Bodybuilding coaches do stupid amounts of clients. That's a different market. But for the most part, from the coaches that we've had experience with, 40 to 50 seems to be the sweet spot before things get too messy, okay? And you can't keep on top of it. The next thing then you can bring in is a lower ticket offer, okay? Something that's a little bit cheaper, a little bit more accessible, and can handle a slightly larger volume of clients, and it doesn't take up way more of your time, okay? So it has to be something that's scalable. And on the video after this, I'm going to walk through the models that you can use, but I'm going to go through the overall business model now, the costs associated, what you can kind of expect out of it, and what that looks like for your lifestyle, all right? So with this, you would look at maybe getting somewhere between 50 and 75 sales of a low ticket offer at £99 a month. Okay. Now, the kind of offer that you pick will depend on whether that £99 a month is recurring or it has to be in new sales. Okay. So if it's a digital product, for example, you're going to have to sell 50 to 75 digital products for £99 every single month. If it's a subscription model, say like a group program or a membership, then you have to have 50 to 75 clients on that recurring membership per month. But we can talk through that on another video. This is just about the business model and the profit margins and what you actually are going to get out of it. So you've got your 12 to 15K of one-to-one clients, and then you've got your kind of £5,000 to £7,500 of low ticket offer money coming in. Now that's going to put you around the 20K mark, and the costs you can expect out of that, again, this will vary for different people, but you're probably going to need to spend at least £500 a month on growing your audience. When you're running a low ticket offer, remember that you are putting higher volume through your program. In this example, you've got 50 to 75 on the low ticket offer, and then you've got somewhere between 40 to 50 on the higher ticket. So that means that you've got anywhere between 100 and 125 clients on your books. To keep that momentum going, you're going to want to put some money back in to ensure you've got fresh new people finding out about you all the time. Now, if your organic marketing is great, your audience may be growing at a rate where you can sustain that. But if you're doing these numbers, I would always recommend putting some into a solid paid strategy that works like clockwork. So if your content doesn't bang that month, or the algorithm changes, or for some reason something happens to you and you can't film content, you've got something in the background that's continually bringing new people in. The second thing I would look at is spending £500 a month on a VA or a setter. Okay. Now, a VA or a setter can do slightly different things. A setter is more based around sales. You might not need that for a low ticket offer because you would probably launch it via like email launches and, more kind of one-to-many things. But you do want someone in your inbox handling inquiries, dealing with messages and building relationships with people. Now, both of these can do that. A VA also could help you with like chasing payments, making sure that things are running well on the back end, making sure that people have access to things. So you've got some, cost and benefits there. All right. So a VA will be able to help you with a few more things, but maybe not be a specialist in sales. A setter will be more specialist in sales, but then obviously, you've not got the help on the other stuff. The second thing I would look at is putting some money into a success coach. Okay, so this is a qualified coach, however the qualification you want. It doesn't have to be technically a level 2 and level 3 to be an online coach. You just have to make sure that you're happy that they're qualified to do the job that you want them to do. They can help you with multiple different things, okay? They can help you with answering people's questions. They can help you with dealing with day-to-day client things. They can help you with small amendments to clients' programs and nutrition. They can help you with accountability and chasing people up. So it's really, really good, okay? And this isn't really building a team. This is having a few kind of, side bits of help in the business that just help things run smoothly. And I'm sure you can appreciate if you're paying like a VA 500 quid a month, or you're paying like a success coach 500 quid a month, they've got other jobs. They've got other sources of income. You aren't their sole provider. And it takes that little bit of stress off it. And they're easier jobs to train and manage. They don't need a lot of management time, if any at all. And you can actually, especially for the VA, you can probably get an agency to do that as well. So that makes it a lot easier for management, doesn't put the pressure on you as growing a team would. The next thing you can do is you're probably going to need some software, obviously, to run this. You're going to want something that runs landing pages, something that you can, build funnels on, build sales pages on. You're going to want something, obviously, that can deliver the program, whatever that looks like, email software, that kind of stuff. Now, with most coaching platforms and stuff like that, and marketing platforms, if you earmark around £500 a month for your software cost, you'll probably not be far off. All right. That includes obviously Zoom and things like that you'll need, Calendly, or you may have a program that builds all that together. But if you budget 500 quid, you're probably going to be covered. That's about £2,000 a month of expenses, which actually I think is really profitable. Okay. Out of 20K, you're spending 10% of that on actual kind of operations costs for the business. So it's really, really high profit. The last thing you could potentially do is you've got about £1,000 worth of flex costs there. So it depends on what you like doing, what you don't want to do. But I would look at maybe some more personal investments in the business, like video editing, like graphic design. Accountancy would obviously fall in there, depending on, what kind of level of accounting you want. But I would probably earmark about another £1,000. So that would mean that you are spending £3,000 a month out of 20 grand on operations and running costs, which I think is pretty fucking good, to be honest. And that's a fucking lot of profit. Now, depending on where you're watching this video, obviously you'll have tax to pay on the rest of that. But let's even take it at probably what one of the higher rates will be, which is 20% VAT. So that'll take a further £2,000 off. So you're probably going to be looking at being in profit around for like £14,000-15,000 a month, which again is a lot of money. That should give you a 6-figure salary. Okay. That's more than likely going to give you 30 at least grand of spare cash per year. All right, sat in a bank account. So that's your safety net sorted. You know, the next year, that's potentially a house deposit, depending on where you live. And every year after that, that's potentially investment in more property, okay, or more investments, whatever your kind of taste is for that. That's going to allow you to consistently build up passive income as you move forward. It'll also, depending on where you spend that extra £1,000, make sure that you're working in the parts of the business that you love. If you don't like editing, don't fucking do it. Pay someone else to do it. If you don't like chasing payments, don't do it. Pay someone else to do it. If you don't want to deal with client conversations every single day on little things, pay someone else to do it. And it'll also give you the ability to take time off in your business and things still work. Okay. You'll have a VA doing like a success coach doing accountability. You'll have a VA handling your inbox. You know, your content will all be scheduled, and that will allow you to take 1 to 2 weeks off every kind of quarter or 6 months where you can relax, chill out, and enjoy the hard work that you've put in. Now, that for me, if you are not looking at going to mad numbers and building a team, is a very, very simple, very, very, I'm not going to say easy, but low management offer to run. It doesn't require you to be a Casanova at business. It doesn't require you to, be an incredible marketer or have the biggest brand in the world. Most people with enough hard work in the right place will be able to pull that off. I'm going to walk through all the kind of ins and outs of how to run it and how to market it and all that kind of stuff anyway. But if you want some specific help on doing that, you can talk to one of our team, which will assess your business, have a look at things and kind of develop a personal strategy for you. If you want our help then to implement it, you can do. If not, and you want to do it on your own, absolutely fine. There's no kind of pressure either way. I will put a link in the description of this. If you click that, that'll take you to our calendar. You can book one of the free slots on there. Somebody will kind of help you build that plan for yourself, and then you can move forward. So hopefully that was useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this as well if you found it really useful, because other people might as well. And I'll see you next time.